Today on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
It is Dailies today. Good morning to you. Welcome back from the sports studios with Femi and the gang. I'm Sheriff Quadry. This is Dailies today, part 2. And we're here to take a look at the papers as we always do. We're live right now on Facebook and YouTube. Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. Same goes for YouTube as well. YouTube.com/Nigeria Info FM, or just search for Nigeria Info 99.3 on the two platforms. Okay, you can also join the conversation on Twitter at Sheriff at Nigeria Info FM. That's right, at Nigeria Info FM on Twitter. So let's get started, shall we? The papers are in. The Nation is here. The Nation says borders still shut to goods movement. Borders still shut to goods movement. That's the Nation for you. Varsity workers kick as ASU suspends strike. Also from the Nation today. From the Vanguard newspaper, FG tracking new type of coronavirus in Nigeria. FG tracking new type of coronavirus in Nigeria. That's the Vanguard for you today. Here you go with the Vanguard newspaper. It comes with plenty other riders, but we're going to move on quickly. From this day newspaper, COVID Christmas looms as FG states roll out restrictions. Ngige, FG ASU reached understanding on regaining lost ground. This day newspaper for you this morning. Let's take a look at another story right now from the Daily Independent newspaper. Stakeholders hail ASU task FG on agreed conditions. Stakeholders hail ASU task FG on agreed conditions. That's from Daily Independent newspaper. Bandits abduct village head, 15 others in another Katsina attack. Bandits abduct village head, 15 others in another Katsina attack. Daily Independent for you. From the Guardian newspaper today, the Guardian, gunmen kidnapped 22 persons, burned vehicle in Katsina, Kano. Gunmen kidnapped 22 persons, burned vehicle in Katsina, Kano. The Guardian for you today. Still from the Guardian, professors count losses as ASU suspends 9-month strike. Professors count losses as ASU suspends 9-month strike. The Guardian is the paper. And yes, our last paper before we start taking your calls and your thoughts this morning is the Punch newspaper. ASU may resume strike in February. Varsity unions war over 40 billion naira. ASU may resume strike in February. Varsity unions war over 40 billion naira. Telcos begin back-end integration into NIMC database. Telcos begin back-end integration into NIMC database. That's also from the Punch today. One more story from the Punch, and then we'll move away. 15 killed, 58 injured in Kaduna Abuja Highway, Niger crashes. 15 killed, 58 injured in Kaduna Abuja Highway, Niger crashes. That's from the Punch newspaper. Listen to the headlines. Let's get your thoughts on these headlines very quickly right now. If you're calling me, please turn off your radio so we can get your thought in 60 seconds. If you're sending me thoughts on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM on Twitter, please add the hashtag Nigeria Info MCF to your tweet. That is Nigeria Info MCF. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Drop your comment in the comment section of the live stream that you are watching right now, and we will take them. All right, so let's get going, shall we? I'm ready. Are you? Of course, I know you are. I'll be back.
Back to back and back of the biggest talk.
It's just a general attitude to environmental laws. You know, mechanics, food sellers. One of the reasons why I believe you have so much traffic is because the environmental laws are not enforced, the traffic laws are not enforced, and that has led to complete chaos in the states.
On your number one station for talk, 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info, very lovely morning to you. Good morning to you, Nigeria Info.
Hello, my name is Sheriff.
Good morning to you.
My name is Robert.
Welcome, Robert. What's your story?
I don't support ASU. Enough is enough, please. I want to beg them. They should go back to the classroom and teach our children, please.
Okay.
Please, you two help me beg them. And on insecurity.
Okay.
Please, I want us to pray for our soldiers as we celebrate the choppy chicken in this part of the country. Some people are in the bush day and night fighting. You understand?
Very true.
So in our small prayer, either you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, even if you are a Babalawo, please remember our soldiers. They have families somewhere else. You know, they have children, they have wives somewhere.
Right.
We should pray for them. Thank you very much.
Thank you too for calling. I appreciate it. I really do. Nigeria Info, good morning to you. Okay, we'll drop that one. Nigeria Info, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sheriff.
Welcome to Dailies today. What's your name?
Yeah, thank you. This is Emmanuel.
Welcome, Emmanuel. Welcome. What's your story?
Thank you. Concerning Nigerian security,
Yes, please.
I think the president has surrendered the security of this country into the hands of God. Is that not so? That is fine.
Is the border that he was talking about, I corrected this earlier in the morning, is the border he was talking about, the border between Nigeria and Niger.
Okay.
Hello, are you there?
Okay, thank you. Is it Ghanaian border or Canadian border? Is it not Nigerian border?
I just mentioned Nigeria and Niger borders. Or that border that separates Nigeria and Niger.
But the border is part of Nigeria. Is that not so, sir?
What's your point?
Okay, what I'm now saying now, this year, when there was a security breach in Nassau Villa Day, I think the president quickly rushed and changed security and then put everything in place. I expect him to have, put the security of his own life into the hands of God. Hello?
I'm waiting for you to finish up so we can take another call.
I expect him to have put his security of his own life into the hands of God.
Okay.
So I think the president should do more to protect Nigerians that are dying every day. Thank you very much.
Thank you too for calling me. Appreciate your call. Nigeria Info, good morning to you. Oh, we lost that call, so we're just going to drop it. I'm going over now before I pick another call. Let's quickly go and take calls on Facebook because we have quite a number of them on Facebook here. Not calls really, but thoughts, comments on Facebook. Here we go with this one here. How do I read this one now? I'm so sorry, yeah? But I've heard what you're saying, yeah? I've heard you. But I can't take your comments. It's not for radio. No, not for radio at all. So let's take another one very quickly on Facebook. We're streaming live on Facebook, so go there and drop your comment and I'll take them, all right? Ige Ajayi says, no crossover service on 31st. Please confirm. Oh, well, some states have said so. It's in the papers today. Some states are saying no crossover service in their states because of COVID. Tayo Olabode says federal government claims they have reached agreement with ASU to regain lost times. It's ridiculous because I'm in my final year. I should have graduated by now. How will my lost time be regained? I totally agree with you, Tayo. Totally, completely, 100% agree with you. There's no lost time anywhere to be regained. Johnson Waps, I mean, that's the only thing you can't actually regain. Once you've lost time, you've lost it. You can't go back in time and go and redo things. Johnson Wapsing says, you're watching from Jos. Johnson, thank you for your thought. Appreciate it. For your kind words, as a matter of fact. I couldn't go through everything. But thank you. Nigeria, for good morning to you.
Hello, Sheriff.
You need to call me back. Nigerian, for good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, this is George Ogutao.
Welcome, George. Talk to me.
Yeah, I just want to comment on the president trying to cede the security of the Nigerian border to God.
Go on. You got 60 seconds, George. Go on, please.
Yeah, I believe that if the president now says that maintaining security within our border with other countries is going to be in the hand of God, then I expect that there will be no need for government to exist. Because let us just put everything in the hand of God and then forget about government. Then his office as a president should also be given to God to take control, so that let God control us and govern us instead of having a president. Because he seems to be more loyal to the sovereignty of Niger Republic than the Nigerian Republic. So sometimes I begin to question whether he is a Nigerian president or he's a Nigerian president. Thank you.
Thank you, George, for calling. Nigeria, info, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Calling from Abiyokuta.
Who? What's your name, please?
D-E-E-N.
Dean, welcome. Welcome.
Yes. Anyway, concerned to our president, we know that he is trying, but at the same time, everything is in God, in hand of God. But there's no point where you putting the little pen at the round hole to no work. The best thing that put the big pen at the round hole so it will work. So at the Nigeria border, if you are not putting the right people there, it will not work.
Nothing can change.
We know that Nigeria, they are trying their best in the security, but at the same time, they need to put the right people there so that the borders will not be leaked. As soon as the place is leaking, definitely there's no insecurity.
Okay.
Because all those things coming to Nigeria pass through border. All those ammunition, everything pass through border. So what are we saying here? So the government should try their best possible and fix the right people there so that things will work.
Okay.
Thank you. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you too for calling me,
God bless
Dean. Appreciate it. Nigerian Info, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
Sorry.
You need to speak out, please. Can you speak out? Can you?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, this is my first time calling.
Good to have you. Good to have you.
You know, one thing about Nigeria, we are two people critical. People criticizing President Buhari about committing the security architecture between Nigerian border and Nigeria border.
I am so sorry. It's so noisy at your end. I'm so sorry. I can't continue with that call. I'm really sorry. Nigerian Info, good morning to you.
I don't know.
Good morning. Oh, yeah. He's not ready. Nigerian Info, good morning to you. We lost that call as well. We're going to jump on another one right away. Nigerian Info, good morning. Good morning to you. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Concerning the presidency comment on the border,
right.
My question is, he wanted to run a train going down to Niger, right? And they're running for this pipe coming down to north for gas flaring or so. Once the security is not connecting that side, how are you going to secure those properties you're running down to that place? As the president to think about those ones too as well. Thank you.
Thank you too for calling me. Appreciate it. Nigeria Info, good morning to you.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning to you.
I think my take on this issue of border, like the last caller said, we are building infrastructures towards that route. Are we also going to commit those infrastructures into the hands of God so that God will also, because if there is no security, how will those infrastructures be protected and be used for the masses? So this thing is true that we should pray. My name is Pastor Ladi Pahimo. Okay. I believe in prayer. I believe so much in all these things. But at the same time, we will not do what man's supposed to do and what God's supposed to do. If the president can be sincere enough, let him work. He's an ex-general. He understands some things about security. So let him work on his security architecture. Then we'll commit the remaining ones into the hands of God. Okay. I'm calling from Orile.
Thank you. Thank you for calling me. I appreciate it. Nigeria Info, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Sheriff. How are you?
Very well.
My name is Darren, calling from in traffic, sir, Papa.
Welcome.
Sheriff, this thing is, I've just been thinking about it, and I'm thinking, is it possible for a father to wake up one morning and tell his children that you're feeding in this house today, we are committing it into the hands of God? Is it?
It's going to be very hard.
Is it possible to tell your children that, see, I've not been able to come into agreements with your school teacher or school to go and negotiate with your teacher who has been going for the 10 months and nothing has been at home? Is it possible to say, the top of the house, this evening, let's pray and commit ourselves in the hands of God, because that is our security? It's disheartening when you think of the things that our leaders do in this country.
Right.
Just like this man will say, we have been bound to the Philistines. Have a good day, Sheriff.
You too. Thank you for calling me. Appreciate it. Nigeria Info, good morning to you.
Finally, Chief Quadry, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
I told you the other day, President Buhari is the most luckiest president we ever had. Those who are supporting him, let them keep on deceiving the president. He's doing well. You know my happiness? I've seen this before that 2015. Thank God some of them are confessing now. They are regretting. But those who still keep on telling the man you are doing the right thing, I don't know why the president is allowing himself to be deceived. You romance with Niger where you were coming in 2019. Today now you are calling on God. Third term. I hope he will not. He will keep his word that he's not coming for third term. If not, the guy will skate through. Thank you, Chief Quadry.
Thank you for calling. I appreciate it. Nigeria Info. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Morning. This is Aruna Abaka speaking
Welcome.
from First Start. The issue of insecurity in the country is becoming so much. And it's not something we should blame it on the leaders. We too will have our own. See, Sheriff, my problem now is not the people who really know us now.
Okay.
Those who are coming after them. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Because we cannot continue the same way. Who are those that are who can trust them again to come after these people now, after this leadership? We'll talk, we'll complain. But if we are given the opportunity, we'll do the same thing. Sheriff, that is my problem. But I'm not happy. Look at this morning. My two was not going area. Everywhere was blocked. So please, let us talk to ourselves before 2023. Are we ready to do the right thing, to change our way of life, to say one is one, two is two, even though at the point of death? Thank you very much, Sheriff.
Thank you, Haruna. Always a pleasure. Nigeria Info, good morning to you.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning to you.
My name is Ambrose, and I live in Mowe here. How are you this morning?
Very well, Ambrose. Welcome.
Compliment of the season.
Same to you.
You see, the issue of insecurity, if we want to be sincere, it did not start with this government, even if it has become worse. And I don't know. Are people trying to tell me that before 2015 there was no insecurity in the land? I think the former president has been defeated. He has accepted, and he wants to come back. Why are people always referring to 2014, 2014? I voted against President Jonathan. I never have any regrets. And I voted for this man in 2015. And in 2019, I voted against this president. We must move on.
Yep.
For me, 2014, 15 was not the best. We could have had a better, option. But unfortunately, it was not so. Let us think of how Nigeria will be better. Nigeria don't belong to anyone. So I think that the insecurity now has become so bad, so terrible, that even to travel is a problem. But how do we do it when somebody is telling us that we should leave everything in the hands of God? He should as well leave our soul rock in the hands of God and remove all the security men away from there so that God will take care of him. I think that statement is a defeatist approach. Good morning.
Thank you so much, Ambrose. It's a pleasure. Nigeria Info, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Sheriff, good morning. I'm Mr. Clinton from Alaba.
Good to have you.
I don't know why they want to crucify president by saying that he left the security in the hand of God. When a president is in Asorot and give order in the borders of what they do, being human, what we are, we cannot stick to the order. The president cannot be in Asorot and be in the border. It's just like you, Sheriff, in your office, you instructed them on what to do, they fail to do it. What are you going to kill them? The truth of the matter, Nigeria are not helping matters. If you are ready to help matters, you consider on what you are going to do in Nigeria that is good. Not even the presidency. Please, gentlemen, I want us to understand this issue. That committing the work into the hand of God, the man has tried endlessly on his own. But the others are not easy for you. When you put somebody there tomorrow, you start doing another thing. When the policeman is on checkpoint, they will put the policeman on the checkpoint to control vehicle, but they go there and collect money. What do the DPO and the Inspector General of Police do? So human beings their character are different. Please, let us mind how to blame this president. He has tried a lot. Thank you.
Thank you too for calling me. I'm going to YouTube right now because we're streaming live on YouTube. Okay. Sam Unique on YouTube says, if Buhari is handing over the Nigeria-Niger border to God, then he does not have work. The military in that region is not working. I pity the foot soldiers. The senior military staff are busy enjoying. That's Sam Unique on YouTube. And he says Buhari. Okay, I think he sent this in twice. Okay, so let me just jump to the next one. Akin Bodiwa says I should go and rest. Akin, thank you. I will rest. I'll get some rest. I'll get some rest. Let's go take some thoughts off of Twitter. We have loads of tweets that are coming, but you need to add the hashtag Nigeria Info MCF to your tweet in case you've sent it in and I've not read it. Oladimeji on Twitter says, to those bent on smear campaign shouldn't forget that all government have expiry date. All attempt to discredit PMB for short-sighted political gains will fail. On security, I wonder why we fail to realize security starts with all giving information to those in charge. That's Oladimeji on Twitter this morning. Joy Forever on Twitter says, Nigeria is one morning new drama. When election comes, we don't vote God. But on insecurity, we want God to defend us. All our infrastructure are going to Niger and border opened. Presidency always concerned about negative propaganda. And he says, Merry Christmas, Sheriff. Merry Christmas to you too. Joy forever for you and yours. Let's go take another comment, another tweet. No, but you know that I can't read this name that you put here, Abby. Well, let me just go with your handle. At King Aderoju says, since the border is in God's hand, maybe PMB is now on Jehovah's Witness because I know they don't believe in government and believe God is the one in charge. It is well with us. Asemota Matthew says, another bandits attack in Katsina. Sheriff, we should expect more of these attacks because our government keep negotiating with them and keep paying ransom. Remember what John said when Kankara abduction happened. Asemota Matthew is referring to a caller on Nigeria Info who called in from Katsina during the Kankara boys' abduction. Okay, thank you. Let's move on to another tweet quickly. NDBC Okoli says, we just read out number of deaths as news item. No compassion, no feelings for the families of those affected. So sad. NDBC Okoli with that one on Twitter. Two more from Twitter, then we'll go back to telephone. NBC, I've read your message. You sent in quite a number of tweets this morning, so I'm just going to skip through all of them and go straight to the next available one. So here we go now. Nwabuka Victor says, someone thinking out of the box, but we might have issues with world leaders if we toe that path. On the other hand, Nigeria can get the vaccine as well as fix the economy. Crude oil. Nwabuka Victor. Thank you for your thought. Appreciate it. One more, then we get back to the telephone and then to WhatsApp. Can we? Okay, yeah. We can do that, actually. We can. Esprit is involved. That's the name he put on Twitter. Esprit is involved. He says, in fact, that money should be used to revitalize our health sector nationwide. Chloroquine still treats coronavirus. What are you talking about? Okay. I'm going to drop that. Let's squeeze in one more call. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning to you.
This is Madam Ife. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Madam Ife.
Yeah. Merry Christmas to our soldiers on the road, in the bush, but not those in the office. I wish you well, and I wish your family Merry Christmas. On insecurity issue.
Right.
Is it when you go to the social media, you'll be hearing this one is dead, that one is dead. We are praying, let this 2020 do and just roll off so that we'll start having life. My president cannot come out to the presidency, because it's not president that said it. The presidency cannot come out to say Nigerians are working against him and that is not in charge. Is it not when you talk to your husband or you talk to your wife, you know that your wife is in charge, your husband is in charge? It's not talking to us. So we can assume anything, we can send it, we can formulate anything to make us say, the president is not this. So, yeah, but I know it's my president that is there, but there's something wrong somewhere. You should, like one person, when you say something, they say a president don't talk to Jehovah, we say, why should you raise your hand up and tell us that leave everything to God? Who's God? I beg, do your work. Merry Christmas again, Lagos. Good
morning, Madam Ife. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. It's 7:57 from our time, so I'm just going to use this time to squeeze in some thoughts on WhatsApp. And here we are with WhatsApp messages that have come in today. Let's see. Let's see how many we can squeeze in before we go for the news. It's sad ASU is still considering to go on strike in February if agreements are not met. Nuruddin from Festac put that across. We're dealing with a government that is determined to force Nigerians out of communication. They know that we can't meet up with their deadline. Whatever this government is doing now is to cut Nigerians off from the social media. And he said, Michael is your name, and he says the media advisor of the president told Nigerians to thank Buhari for what he is doing on security in Nigeria. A few days later, the president himself said he is committing Nigeria and Niger border in the hands of God. We're deceiving. Who is deceiving who in this country? Michael, I hear you. Who is here again? Let's see. Isaiah is in VI. Isaiah says, you're such a one. Oh, okay. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. We're going to move on quickly now. I was actually looking out for the part where you talk about what we're talking about. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Did you remember that Aisha Buhari hinted years ago that her husband was planning to build a refinery for the masses? Now he's planning to link Niger with rail and other facilities. Years back, Customs was given billions of naira for automation of borders. What then happens to that fund? Okay. All right. I'm still on WhatsApp. I mean, yeah, I have to be on WhatsApp. I'm not taking WhatsApp messages. I commit the border of the country in the hands of the God. Of God, you mean typical Nigerian way. If you are against the statement, Nigerians will say you are a non-believer. Okay, I hear you. Thank you. Let's see who we have here on WhatsApp. Muiwa is in Koru. Muiwa said road accidents could be minimized if transporters will drive with utmost caution, especially during Utah season. It saddens to hear deaths of people at this period. It's very, very, very sad, Muiwa. I agree with you. And I said in the morning, if you don't have to travel, don't travel. The rate at which we're hearing news of accidents here and there is quite sad, really. I mean, 2021 is just around the corner. Please drive carefully if you must drive, if you must take any trip. Let's go in for the news. After the news, we have a conversation that you should listen to up for you. Stay here on Nigeria Info.
Live from the heart of Victoria Island, you're listening to your number one station, 99.3 Nigeria Info.